Virus 32, a new film on Shudder that was getting positive reviews, and after The Sadness, I figured I'd see how this film from Uruguay deals with zombies. This is a Spanish film that was shot on location in an abandoned sports facility in Montevideo, the capital of Uruguay. Virus 32 follows a mother and daughter on a work trip in a rundown sports complex, unaware of a zombie outbreak outside, but eventually find out the zombies have a brief moment of calm after every kill, lasting for about 32 seconds, and they must fight to survive. And first off, this setting is actually pretty cool. Rundown yet functional, creepy but realistic. It might not be as cool or as a character in itself like, say, the mall from Dawn of the Dead is, but it has its own personality. Speaking of personality, this film is brimming with it. From its tracking shots especially, the opening few minutes are a long one-shot take following several people through different buildings and ending with a long overhead shot of the city as the outbreak begins. Later on, there's a shot tracking the characters but follows them through the monitors in a security room. It's some really cool stylistic choices here, which I'm just now realizing makes sense given the director's previous films. This was directed by Gustavo Hernandez, who just so happens to have directed the 2010 film The Silent House with the then pre-Scarlet Witch Elizabeth Olsen, and that film was also heavily stylized and is almost entirely a one-shot film. It's actually really technologically impressive to watch, so if you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend it just for that aspect. It's a very creative film otherwise. Anyway, that leads to this film, which, yeah, has a lot of one-shot takes, which get even more impressive as the film goes on, needing to incorporate groups of people, flashing lights, some mirror play, hopping into and out of hiding places. It's honestly really damn engaging to watch, especially with Paula Silva as the leading lady Iris. A strong physical and emotional performance from her. It also helps that her character is smart, charismatic, and immediately likable while also being flawed. She's just really well written. Is the rest of the film though? It's a bit of both. There are some genuinely shocking moments, even if the gore is kept to a minimum. And unlike The Sadness, the shock doesn't seem to be the point in helping to elevate the commentary surrounding parent relationships with their children, namely Iris and her daughter and another couple characters later in the story. Some of these effects hold up rather well, especially the zombie makeup, but some CGI moments don't, unfortunately. But I don't think this movie had a very big budget to begin with anyway, so it's forgivable for the most part. Character growth is fun. There's only like 4 important characters to follow, some great foreshadowing, again, seriously strong stylization, shock values are effective. It's good. That's not to say that it doesn't have flaws. The CGI is lacking, like I just said. Some character choices don't make a lot of sense, but it has so many cool scenes and strong tension that it's ultimately forgivable. It's just a great looking and well-made film, and I highly recommend it. Seriously, check this one out if you haven't, and if you like other zombie flicks, this one's still pretty interesting. I very much suggest that you go see this. Virus 32 is available on Shudder right now. If you have a subscription, by all means, check it out. Virus 32 gets an 8.5 out of 10 from me. Hey guys, thanks for sticking around for another one of these. I thought that this might be weird just because like, oh, I just did a zombie film, let's do another zombie film. But zombie films, the whole point is to have unique zombies, and this one is definitely an idea where they do pause for 32 seconds, so it's like, oh, you gotta make decisions really quickly or something, and that they like attack animals too. Oh yeah, content warning, there is some animal death, but it's not really all that important to the story or anything, so it's not really a spoiler, just a content warning. It's still good. I still think that the most interesting form of zombies was Les Affamés, the French zombie film that's still on Netflix, I believe. I think that is the most interesting zombie take I've seen in all the films I've watched, but this one is still very interesting, and I like the idea that it's a sudden mutation in an infection. Again, that's not really important, that's a background detail, but it's still cool, I suppose. There are some things that don't make a lot of sense in this film, especially with a reveal at the ending that just didn't need to be there and doesn't really make much sense. But the way going back to it was really cool, where they take shots flashbacking through all the locations they were in the sports complex. And that was just neat. This film just looks really, really nice. There's one scene in a drained pool with smoke and It looks so good. So much of this just looks amazing. I want to see more that this director's done after The Silent House, which I again also recommend. Definitely check that one out. The entire film is supposed to be 88 minutes continuous. It's supposed to be one shot. It's actually like 2 or 3, I believe, just because the cameras can't record for 88 minutes straight. But just the choreography and everything they had to do with it. And again, Elizabeth Olsen, who's amazing. She's really, really good. Oh my god, and this is one of her earliest roles, and it's good. I mean, the movie's not great, but it's incredibly creative. And again, it's from 2010, so I have no idea where you can find that. Look it up, I guess. It's got to be on streaming somewhere. Anyway, that's it. Comment below what you think about this movie. Are there any other interesting zombie films that I haven't seen yet? Let me know. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell so you always see when I have a new video up, and that's it. Have a great day, and if you're not, have a better one. See ya.